You were born in 19 BG. At the Southern Air Temple, willpower isn't a personality trait, it's a physical force. To your parents, you're a handful. To the universe, you're a storm waiting to happen. You are an airbender. To the other nations, you're a miracle. To the monks, you're just another soul learning to breathe. But that BG in your birth year, it stands for before genocide. Not that anyone in this paradise can imagine such a word exists. At age 4, you learn the first lesson of the wind. It doesn't cling. Your mother dropped you off at the southern gates, turned around, and flew back to the western temple. You won't see her again for decades. Attachment is a tether, and air nomads are meant to be free. This is your partner, a Sky Bison. He's 10 tons of muscle and 4 that air bends with his tail. Without him, you're a prisoner on a mountain peak. With him, the entire world is your backyard. Your education is spiritual, not practical. You learn to read the stars and the spirits. But you never learn math. You never learn science. And you are never, under any circumstances, taught how to hurt another living being. In this temple, all life is sacred. To kill is to sever your connection to the very air you bend. Airbending is the art of the peaceful circle. You don't meet force with force. You find the path of least resistance. You're taught that there is always a way around a conflict. But the world outside is starting to move in straight lines. While you're meditating on the flow of energy, Fire Lord Sozin is meditating on iron and blood. He's claiming territory. He's building an army that the world hasn't seen in 1,000 years. Your only safety net, Avatar Roku, has died. The world is without a bridge. The new Avatar has been reborn as an air nomad, a child, maybe even a boy you've eaten lunch with in the communal hall. Sozin knows this. And he has a solution that requires no diplomacy: extermination. It's the year 0. A great comet is brushing against the atmosphere, turning every firebender into a god. For one day, they have the power of 100 suns. They didn't come to negotiate. They didn't come to occupy. They came to ensure the Avatar never grows up. You watch the elders, the wisest men you knew, fighting with tears in their eyes. They are still trying to redirect the fire. They are still trying to disable the soldiers. They are clinging to a philosophy that is being burned alive around them. You feel the air around you. You realize you could do it. You could create a vacuum. You could crush their lungs. You could blast them off the mountain. You have the power to be a monster, but you realize that if you become a killer to save your life, there will be no air nomads left anyway. Only survivors. You choose the vow over the victory. As you fall, you realize the tragedy of your people. You weren't wiped out because you were weak. You were wiped out because you believed the world was as kind as you were. Your pacifism wasn't a shield. It was a target. The wind still blows through the southern temple, but there is no one left to hear it. The cycle is broken. The world is dark. You don't know it yet, but you are a miracle of genetics and spirituality. In the Earth Kingdom or the Fire Nation, being a bender is a roll of the dice. But here, in the clouds, it's a guarantee. To be born an air nomad is to be born a bender. 100%. No exceptions. It's 19 BG, before genocide. To you, the year is just a number. To your parents, your willpower is a headache. You're the kid who won't eat his leeks, the kid who refuses to nap when the sun is out. But the monks see something else. They see a connection to the air so strong that the wind speaks before you do. At age 4, your life as an individual ends, and your life as a nomad begins. Your mother kisses your forehead at the southern gate and flies away to the Western Air Temple, thousands of miles away. You won't see her again for 20 years. You don't cry? Not because you aren't sad, but because the monks teach you that the air is your family now. Your education is unique. You aren't taught the geometry of buildings or the physics of combustion. You are taught the geometry of the soul. You learn to breathe until your heart beats at the same frequency as the rustling leaves. You learn that all life is a circle, and that to break that circle is the only true sin meet your soulmate. A 10-ton, 6-legged beast that naturally manipulates air. You name him. You groom his thick white fur. You learn that his tail is the most powerful weapon in the temple, and he uses it only to fly. He is the anchor to your freedom. Without him, you are just a boy on a rock. With him, you are a part of the sky itself. By age 12, you are a master of evasion. You've learned the 36 tiers of airbending. Well, 35 of them. You haven't invented a new move yet, so you don't have your tattoos. But you're fast. So fast that Fire Nation travelers can't even track your movement. This is the weirdest part of your life. Every few years, the temples meet. You see women for the first time in a half-decade. You feel attachments forming, crushes, curiosities. But the elders pull you back. Attachment is the shadow of grief, they say. They keep the genders separate to keep your spirit light. You wonder if a light spirit is worth a lonely heart. While you're worrying about girls and bison, the world is changing. Fire Lord Sozin has discovered coal. He's discovered iron. He's built warships that don't need the wind. He's claiming islands that don't belong to him. The Earth Kingdom is angry. The water tribes are scared. And the monks? The monks just keep meditating. And then, the world's safety fuse blows. Avatar Roku is dead. The bridge is gone. The balance is broken. Sozin knows the next avatar will be a baby in one of the air temples. He decides he won't wait for the child to grow up. He decides he'll just burn the haystack to find the needle. Air is the element of freedom, the master tells you. We do not fight the wind, we become it. You are taught that violence is a failure of imagination. If someone attacks you, you move. If they strike, you redirect. You are taught that you can be hurt if you aren't there to be hit. You report the ship to the elders. They smile and tell you the Fire Nation are our brothers. They are just lost, they say. They seek balance in the wrong places. You want to tell them that the ship had trebuchets. You want to tell them it looked like a predator. But in a culture of absolute pacifism, suspicion is seen as a spiritual impurity. It's the year 0. Sozin's Comet is here. It's so close you can smell the ozone. For the Fire Nation, this is a religious experience. Their power is multiplied by 100. They hit all 4 temples at once. No warnings, no demands, just fire. You run to the stables, but a blast of white-hot heat collapses the roof. You hear your bison scream. It's a sound that will haunt the rest of your very short life. This is the tragedy. Your masters are the most powerful benders on earth, but they are prisoners of their own vows. They are trying to disable men who are there to commit genocide. You see a master get surrounded. He could pull the air out of the room and kill them all in seconds. He doesn't. He dies with his hands open in a gesture of peace. You look at them. You feel the rage. You feel the wind swirling around your fists, ready to become a vacuum, ready to crush their chests. You have the power to live. All you have to do is break your vow. You choose to die as an air nomad rather than live as a murderer. You realize that your pacifism wasn't a defense. It was a beautiful, fatal dream. You believed the world was as enlightened as you were. You were wrong. The wind still blows through the southern air temple. It whistles through the empty halls and the scorched stables. But there is no one left to bend it. The air nomads are gone. The haystack was burned. But somewhere, a 12-year-old boy is sleeping in an iceberg, unaware that he is the last breath of a dead world.